It's about to get messy. Hey cuties, Peachy here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we're doing a full-on breakdown on everything we know so far on the Wild Childz limited edition pre-order for Ping happening today, going over the price point, release date, ship date, quality, what's different from this version to the wide release version for Walmart, is she available for international purchase, and more. So stay tuned, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hype this video cuties, consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, no pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the adulty you love. But for now, let's get into it. Okay, yeah, so the official Wild Childz Instagram account shared a couple days ago a reel of Ping announcing that there was going to be a surprise pre-order on the official Wild Childz website for this limited edition version of Ping, which is more deluxe than the wide release version of Ping, which is releasing also later on Walmart. So these two versions of Ping will be different in detail, quality, and in what they include. We'll get into that later, but these are two different versions of Ping. Essentially, if you want to get the quintessential better version of this character, you need to get this pre-order version of her, because the wide release will have less details and less accessories. So that's kind of like what we're looking at here. They released one short of her in her first outfit, and then they released a second short the day later of her wearing the second outfit. They also kind of announced that, again, she's releasing only on the Wild Childz website. Through there, it'll be with Shopify, where you will do the checkout. And then they also released a couple of more answers through the question box that we'll take a look at here, because there's so many questions that people asked, and we do have a lot of answers to go through with this pre-order limited edition release. But I want to know, first of all, just first impressions for you with this Ping doll. How are you feeling? Were you surprised seeing this happen out of nowhere? And especially because the Walmart listings leaked first and they acknowledged that, but they then didn't even give us more information on the Walmart listings, so I find that kind of weird. I wish it would have given us an official update on the Walmart release situation, because it's like, they know we know, but they don't want to tell us more about it. So it's just a little bit weird. Okay, so let's break it down here. Is there a difference between the Walmart doll and this limited one? Yes, the pre-order version is a limited release and includes exclusive items like Ping's second outfit, doll stand, lashes, and one additional surprise item that will not be available on the version of Ping that's going to be released on Walmart sometime this year. So that's kind of like the main difference here that you're looking at when you're doing the pre-order here with the this version of Ping and the Walmart version of Ping. So again, you are better off getting this version of Ping, the one coming today, than the one coming on Walmart, because again, no lashes, no doll stand, no second outfit, no tie. Like, you are kind of missing out on a lot of quintessential important attributes of this character when you're just getting the version by Walmart. But it kind of sucks that this is how it's kind of like, this is what they had to do, right, to kind of like bring down the price, I guess. So yes, the pre-order will take place on the Wild Childz website, and last I checked, it still gives me like that same screen that's like, oh, coming soon. So I really don't know what's up with that. I guess they're launching the website officially a couple hours before the pre-order happens. I don't know, it feels like to me like this is all happening a bit too quickly, and is not really like thought out, or maybe it's like not finalized. I'm kind of worried. But yeah, so this is only on that website, not on Amazon. And yes, these are the times at when the release will happen in the US. Yes, they will apparently drop stock photos of the actual product before the drop happens, like 2 hours before. So again, I'm just like, why don't they release the stock photos already now? Like, why wait until the last second? I guess they want to keep it a surprise, but like, we know what she looks like, so just drop the stock photo. They confirmed the pricing, which is $32.94 US, plus shipping and handling. So shipping is calculated apparently at checkout depending on your location, but as we'll get into later, it doesn't really matter where the location is, because apparently it's only in the US. What do they mean by location? They don't ship anywhere else. Okay, again, we'll get into that in a second. But yeah, so I'm not sure what they meant by that, but the price point is actually good. Like, I was expecting this to cost like $100 US. I'm not sure why. I guess I'm just so used to Mattel prices that I was expecting this doll to be like so much more money, but no, she's like just $32 US, apparently including shipping and stuff. So that's amazing. Like, what? That's actually insane. That is actually insane. Mattel, for something like this, they would charge us 100, like for sure. So this price point is actually a miracle. They then confirmed that, in fact, once this pre-order sells out, there will not be restock, unfortunately, for this exclusive deluxe version of Ping. And this is also, there's no limit per person. So apparently one person could buy 5 of these, apparently. So that to me is a red flag. That's right away I'm like, why? Because as we know, with like any Mattel Creations collector release, it usually helps when there's a limit of 1 per person, because then scalpers are less likely to, you know, just buy 10 at a time, right? But here apparently there's no such, you know, quantity restriction for purchase with every person. So like technically you could buy 5 of her, you know, so there's no restrictions. And again, if you're a true collector and you really just want to have 1 in box, 1 out of box, that's completely fine. But like, unfortunately, with something so limited, with like a doll like this, I do see some scalpers perhaps like buying way too much of her, and then perhaps causing for her to be sold out quicker, as we usually see with like a collector release. So I'm just kind of worried that with this no restriction, you know, per person, that perhaps scalpers will kind of ruin this entire drop. They confirmed that once the production has completed, the orders will start to be shipped between July and August of this year. And they also mentioned that they will let people know, like, along the way, like what's the status, and hopefully they will let people know with like an email, like once orders have shipped. So July, August is not too bad actually. So I guess they must be like already kind of semi in production with this exclusive version of Ping, because I do think production usually takes like a couple months. So this is pretty good actually. July, August. I hope that there's no delays, and I hope production goes really smoothly. And speaking of production, they also mentioned that they are working closely together with their factory to ensure that the final design looks as close as possible to the prototype version of the Ping doll. So maybe she will look a little bit different, but apparently they're really trying to keep her as same as possible to the prototype version that we've all seen so far. And you might be wondering why they chose Ping out of all the characters to be the first in this kind of like exclusive limited drop. And apparently it's because she meant most for the creator out of all the characters. So that's very touching. And they did confirm that in due time they do want to release the other deluxe versions of the characters, so that's very good news, as we are getting the Walmart versions of Zari and Chazelle as well. But again, as we now know, those Walmart versions will be less detailed and will come with less stuff. So I do think it would be really fun if they can, you know, down the line, you know, once a year they can release like one doll that's like more deluxe. Okay, now getting into the actual doll, what does she include? Well, it's one doll and 2 outfits, of course. We do have her shoes, which are removable, but they're similar to kind of like Brat's feet, where they don't actually have feet. It's just the shoes that come off, and they're kind of part of the foot mold, if that makes sense. So apparently she has 1 pair of shoes, 2 outfits, accessories, which include, of course, her tie, her bangles, you know, all that necklace and jewelry stuff. She does have saran hair, which is nice to know. Thankfully, yes, great news. Her lashes are rooted, which is one of the main features that you won't get with the Walmart version. And she will also have rooted hair, obviously. So rooted hair, saran, real lashes, and also a doll stand. And also 1 surprise accessory, apparently, which we don't know what it is. Probably it's just a purse. So, but yeah, that's a lot of stuff, you know, even a diary, apparently, like a little booklet to kind of let you know more about the character. So I think overall, you really are getting a lot of stuff here. Maybe the only thing that would have made her even better is a 2nd pair of shoes, but I'm okay with that. Like, I feel like her pair of shoes is very versatile, so I do think she includes a lot of stuff. I love her first outfit. I don't love the second outfit, but it's still the second outfit. So they confirmed that the packaging will look very similar to the prototype kind of mock-up packaging images we've seen before. So I do think that looks nice. The shaping is very original, kind of similar to Bratz, but still very original enough. The outfit, I assume, will be next to her. Again, no second outfit, no second pair of shoes. So maybe they will have her shoes displayed as well, and not her wearing them, so you can see them. I'm really not sure. Again, maybe her surprise accessory will be a purse. I'd love to see that. And I'm also very curious to see what her doll stand will look like, what her booklet, I guess diary, will look like. Honestly, I'm just curious as to how any of this will look like in the finalized version. I do feel like we kind of have to give them the benefit of the doubt with a lot of these things, because everything we've seen so far is either a prototype or a mock-up. So really, we haven't seen any of the finalized versions of this doll or the packaging yet. But by far, I think the biggest burning question that most of us had was if this doll was going to be available for international purchase. And unfortunately, the answer is no. So, okay. Well, there goes my shots. I live in Europe. I live in Switzerland, if you didn't know. So that means that I will not be able to get her. And I will not be able to get the Walmart version because we don't have a Walmart here in Europe either. So basically, I'm never going to be able to own any of these Wild Childz dolls. Amazing, yay. I don't think this is their fault. I'm pretty sure they're trying their best, to distribute them however they can. They specify that apparently for shipping and the tariffs and whatever, like that's why they can't do it right now. Maybe it's too complicated. Maybe they just don't want to get into it. Totally fair. Maybe they just want to do this tryout run first in the US. Keep it small, and then if that goes well, maybe they will feel more inclined to do a international run as well. For me, this is really disappointing. And again, it's not, no hates. The creators, designers, the people working on this, it's not their fault. I don't think so. But it still sucks. It still sucks nonetheless, because I do think a lot of people are international fans. I mean, as you can see here with all of these, the people who wrote questions in the question box on Instagram, a lot of them were asking from specific countries internationally, like, hey, are you going to be able to ship to this country, etc. And like, the Wild Childz account, it's so funny. They just keep replying with like, shout out to whatever country, it's like, because I guess they just cannot keep repeating themselves like, no, we cannot ship internationally. So all they can say is just shout out to said country. So it's just, yeah, it really sucks because you can so clearly see that there are so many international fans asking, like demanding, like just so passionately wanting to be able to get this doll as well. But unfortunately, it is not our time yet. So, this is really just for US fans that they will be able to get this doll. Not even Canada, like Canada fans as well. They don't ship to Canada. So it's really restricted to US fans only. That makes the previous wording of like whatever the shipping cost is dependent on wherever you live, like your location. Like they made it sound like they used the word location, and to me that seemed like, oh, they mean like what country you live in, right? But no, I guess they just mean like whatever state you live in. Does the shipping really differ that much by state? I guess it does. I'm not sure. I don't live in the US. Okay. So, yeah, but this sucks for sure. I really wish I could have gotten her because again, we don't have Walmart here. So I'm not going to be able to get the one that comes out to Walmart. So really this one would have been the only way for me to get a pink doll. And now I'm not going to be able to get her at all. So amazing. I mean, I have to laugh because what else? I'm gonna cry otherwise. I'm quite certain that eventually, like in a near future, they will be available at Amazon and the Walmart versions. And even with this like deluxe limited edition version of Ping, even though they're saying there will not be restock, I'm pretty sure they are aware. I mean, again, they kept replying to all the comments asking for international shipping for specific countries. They kept replying to those. So obviously they are aware that we exist, and that most fans are located internationally, not in the US. So even though right now they're saying like, oh, voice crack. They're saying like there won't be like restock, like, they're keeping it very like, scarce, and, they're saying that there won't be restock, right? Even though that's the case right now, I'm pretty sure that eventually once they are, I guess better situated, once they have a more of a presence, right? They will have a launch of this limited edition, like more deluxe version of Ping for international fans as well. I just think that's more of like a matter of time, like when, but it will happen. Just, it's more of like in the future. I do think we have to first get things moving. This pre-order happening in the US is gonna start kicking the launch off, I guess, for the Walmart release as well. So things are finally happening for Wild Childz, and even though for international fans it seems like we're not going to be able to get them yet, I do think, again, they're aware, and as soon as they have more, I guess, room with the budget and room to like distribute, I'm sure they will. Like, as soon as they're able to, I'm sure they will distribute and give us international fans a fair shot as well. I just, again, it's more of a matter of when, it's a matter of time, when, how, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna take time, so I have faith, I have hope. It'll just take time. So for now, I guess we'll just have to sit on the sidelines, and hopefully the finalized version of this doll looks good enough, and hopefully the Walmart versions also look good enough, but we're not gonna know until it all happens. So yeah, all this to say, I'm still excited for all of you lucky fellows who live in the US to be able to have a shot at getting her today, tomorrow, yesterday, whatever time is fabricated, who cares? Nothing's real. I just hope that, whenever she does drop, that it goes well and scalpers don't ruin it for us, or even just people being greedy, because I think 2 is okay. Getting 2, 1 in box, 1 out of box is good. Maybe even a third one if you want to customize and if you really love this doll. But I think 4, 5, like, that's too many. So I hope that people are reasonable and understand that just because you can get 5 of her doesn't mean you should, because that is definitely going to be taking away from other people being able to get her in time. So I just hope this release goes well. It's the first that they're gonna do on the Wild Childz official website, so this is a first. Yeah, I'm very concerned, I'm worried, but I'm also excited for it to happen, for Wild Childz to finally kick off their launch here with this pre-order for this deluxe Ping, version of her. Like, it's finally happening. Like, she's finally releasing. Like, something is finally coming out of Wild Childz. Like, it's amazing. I'm so happy for them. And even though, again, international fans are going to have to wait a bit longer, this is definitely finally happening. It's great. I'm so excited for them. I'm excited for anyone who is able to get her. Fingers crossed, again, it goes well. If you don't already, you should definitely follow Wild Childz on Instagram to keep up to date with any links or updates they might share. And whenever we do end up getting the stock photos of the finalized product, the packaging, the dolls, and whatever ends up happening with this launch, don't worry, I will eventually make a video on all of this as well next week. So stay tuned for that, and hope it goes well. Fingers crossed. Good luck, everyone. And she looks amazing. I'm so jealous. I wish I could get her, but yeah, anyway. By the way, I was taking longer with this video because I was waiting for Wild Childz, the Instagram account, to share all the answers to the most important questions on their story. So that's why this video is a bit late. But anyway, if you're here, you're a real one. Thank you for watching, and that was the video. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you think down below. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hype this video, cuties. Consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, to support the channel that way, no pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the adulty you love. Thank you also to all my currently subscribed members. I see you and I appreciate all of you so much. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time stay peachy. Kisses.